The best 4-2-3-1 custom tactics and instructions. My name is Brabbsy, pro esports player. Make sure to join that sub squad. Let's do it. Let's do it. 4-2-3-1 is one of the most balanced formations in the game at the moment. Whether you start with that formation as your number one choice or you switch up to it in a game if you feel like you're losing possession, it's great for controlling the middle of the field and building up some really nice attacks. As always on this channel, I'm going to go through each individual piece of tactic and instruction and explain exactly why you're setting it like this, and then give you some examples along the way. Let's smash it. Okay, so defensive style. With a lot of formations, drop back works really well. It shores up your defense fantastic. However, with this one, you want to go with balanced with it because it's already quite a nicely put out formation. You've got two CDMs sat in front of your back four, so you don't need to be sitting back because it will hinder your attacks when you do get the ball. So set this one as balanced. For your width, again, really balanced formation, so have it halfway because you don't want to be too wide, you don't want to be too narrow. It just sets itself up nicely without altering that too much. And with your depth, just knock that back 1 to 4, just so that you're not quite too far up the pitch and you are sat back just a little bit, but enough to be able to still string up those attacks. Onto offensive style, and again, there's no need to be changing this because it's all about the player instructions that you put on and how you use it in the game. So just leave it on balance. The runs they will make will be perfect with the instructions. No need to alter that at all really. Same goes for the width on the pitch. Now players in the box, the reason we've set this at halfway is you'll see in the instructions we want it so that there's going to be 3 main players running into the box or towards the penalty area when we're doing our attacking. So set it for about halfway. You can go 1 below or above, doesn't matter, but I prefer it on halfway for this particular formation. Corners and free kicks you might think are a little bit low, but let's be honest with you, heading is absolutely dull as anything on this FIFA. It's just not doable, so there's no point putting all your players up at a corner and then getting caught on a counter attack. Same with free kicks, there's no real reason to have many players up for them, so just leave that on 2 and then you're never really going to get countered from your own dead ball situations. Time for the instructions. Okay, so player instructions for your striker. This is a typical Brabbsy player instruction. We want them to be staying central, getting behind, and stay forward. You don't want them venturing anywhere else on the pitch, you just want them to be in the middle, making those runs in between the centre backs. So again, this is most useful with a striker that's got a bit of pace about them, decent dribbling skills, but any lower rated striker that has a bit of pace will be really good in this role. For your central attacking midfielder, again, you want these set on stay forward so that every time you start your attacks you will have 2 players on that halfway line ready to start linking up play with each other. Stay on the edge of the box for cross because you don't want them all piling into the box every time that the ball's going to be loose and about. Your cam is very useful to be on the edge of the box ready to pick up any loose balls either for a shot or to redistribute it back into the middle. Now the big one here is free roam. You want them to be able to make abnormal runs around the pitch rather than just staying central. They're very welcome to start veering off to the left or to the right, and it makes them a lot harder to mark when you're attacking because they will just start to make some really interesting runs in between the defences. So give that one a try if you haven't already. Moving on to the left attacking midfielder, we want this set as basic defence support, so they do drop back and help out if needed because they offer the width and the protection out wide when defending, and that's what really dominates the middle of the pitch when you're defending. Support on crosses, you want this one set as get into the box for cross. Now, just to explain this one, we're not actually going to be crossing the ball in because as we know, heading is whack on this game. However, when you've got your lamb and your ram, how many goals have you conceded with rebounds where your keeper has saved it and then parried it back out? We want that left and right attacking midfielder to be charging into the box ready for any rebounds coming out so that they can score it at the front post. Horrible tactic maybe, but you're here to win games and trust me, that really does work a lot. Positioning freedom, a bit of a bold one this one, but you want those to be set on free roam as well. So the attacking runs that they will make interlinking with the cam means that they won't just stay out wide on the left or on the right. They will also start going inside the pitch and in between the defence. It just gives them a lot more freedom when you're attacking, and this will feel really nice and natural when you're on the ball. These same instructions can be applied to the right attacking midfielder, basic defence support, get in the box for cross, and free roam position freedom. Now onto the CDMs. So the temptation with these is straight away to go and put them on stay back while attacking, because the CDMs, right, you want them to be sat in front of the defence. It's not actually necessary in this formation, because if you have your CDM set on this particular instruction, you'll find that your team is now split in half. You have half sat back defending and half trying to attack, and it just doesn't feel all that natural when you're doing that. Instead, move them back to balanced attack for both CDMs, and they will naturally still sit back in the central defensive role, but you'll find that they start to creep up the pitch every now and then to support your midfielders as and when they need a backwards ball. And this is really useful, especially if you've got CDMs that have an alright passing ability that can crop up with the odd goal as well, which is really useful when you're under pressure. Now to counter this, your left and your right back do need to be set as stay back while attacking, because we've already got width with our left and right attacking midfielder, so we don't need our side backs pushing up and offering any extra support. So you will always have a back four sat there ready for any counter attacks, along with usually one of your two CDMs who will always drop back if the other one pushes forward. That is your tactics and instruction, guys. Trust me, this formation is fantastic to switch to in game if you're not having much possession on the ball and you just want to make your attacks more fluent and your defense more solid. Let's get on into the match and show you how this works. In this example, guys, I was drawing 1-1 and struggling to get hold in the midfield, so I switched up to 4-2-3-1. Straight away, those free roaming midfielders gave me all sorts of options in the middle of the field. Whilst that's a great example of the game screwing you over with that dodgy pass, look at the radar and notice one of the CDMs is still sat behind their midfield, whilst all four of my defenders are back, ready to stop any counter attacks. Thanks to your player instructions, you will know you've always got your cam and striker on the halfway line, ready to start the next attack. With the free roaming instructions, your players will spread out wide or come narrow as and when required to create all sorts of goal scoring opportunities. You'll now start to notice some great passing movements can be achieved from your CDMs linking up with those other midfielders. As you move up the pitch, players will always offer you a passing opportunity, so you can perform all sorts of lovely tick-attacker style goals. Here's a final example of how you can start an attack from your own penalty area using these beastly instructions. That stay central and getting behind tactic works a treat. Enjoy using this formation in Foot Champs, guys. Let me know how it's gone in the comments below and make sure to give it a thumbs up. I had a visit from a special guest that wanted to sign off this tutorial. What's up? What's up, Doug? Oh, you wanted to come on stream? You wanted to come on stream? Hello. Come to say hello on stream. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Unfortunately, my people need me. My people need me. My people need me. Go on. You can have a treat afterwards. I just came for some 4-2-3 woof tactics. Oh, goodness gracious.